at the exhibition game, at the first game that counts, what were your goals and expectations coming in?
It's weird because this game kind of flowed the exhibition against Green Bay. Played against some guys that were pretty athletic, really coming at us. They had us sped up in the first half, and we had a hard time getting into our offense, and obviously we weren't guarding the basketball very well. I do feel like in the second half, we did a better job defensively. I think we were the aggressors. We got to the loose balls, got some steals, got the help side. We were the aggressors, which is what we need. And that in turn slowed us down on offense. Our defense made us more comfortable offensively, which we just need to put two halves together. I understand a lot of why we were probably sped up at the beginning. A lot of young guys out there, a lot of guys in their first game with the band, with a pretty good crowd. I guess that's human nature to a certain extent, being a little sped up.
Anything Lewis did that surprised you? Anything you weren't expecting?
Honestly, we didn't really have any expectations. If you go down that roster, none of those guys really played last year. We knew nothing about them. We had no idea who was starting, how they were going to play. They definitely played different than they did last year. They were much more off the dribble. Last year it was playing through the post. I think obviously having a half helped us make some defensive adjustments as well, on where to help from and things like that. So I guess it was all kind of a surprise, and that was just kind of first game of the year thing with pretty much a whole new roster by them as well.
What do you think you need to do to get more effective inside on both ends?
I feel like defensively we were okay inside. I don't have the box. I looked at it, but I don't remember what the rebounds were. Offensively, when we looked for it, we got good things. I know the numbers, we didn't score a ton in the post, but when we looked in there and when it went inside, that's where a lot of our threes came from. We just need to continue to look for it. I think we missed it a couple times. When it went in there, when we looked in there, we got good looks on the perimeter, and that's what we're trying to get to, just playing inside out.
Yeah, rebounds were pretty, total rebounds were even, but Lewis 50 points in the paint.
Yeah. And I do think a lot of those were pull-ups more from the guards than they were from the actual bigs. I took your question a little bit wrong, but that is protect the paint on the perimeter, get in a stance and keep your guy out of there.
You seemed a little unhappy with the officiating in the last couple minutes.
The officials didn't determine this game. I feel like we were more aggressive in the second half, and that helped us, and we play a better first half, we'll be fine.
Shot really well from three. At one point, you were shooting 50% on threes in the second half at one point, but under 40% total field goal shooting.
Yeah, and we're a team that's going to shoot a lot of threes. I understand that, but we need to do it after paint touches, whether that's by the dribble or by throwing it in the post and coming inside out. We have good shooters. There's going to be nights when I think we make 23s, and it's going to look awesome. We still got to get it inside first. Teams are going to help when Rob's in there, and he needs to draw that help. And some nights he's going to be one-on-one and has to score, and some nights he's just going to draw the attention and open up the shots on the perimeter.
What does it mean to start at home with this event, this little mini tournament?
It's awesome, especially with the Hall of Fame going on and Coach Luke. We had a ton of alums here. Obviously, we would have liked a better result today. We got another big game tomorrow to turn it around and come out and compete.
And how do you think these two games will get you ready for conference play coming up? How does it compare?
They're all in our region, so your grand goals are NCAA tournament, and they're teams you could run into, and they mean a ton. McKendree's going to be a lot different than Lewis, and we have teams that are both ways. So it's two completely different styles, and this will prepare us for two different styles. These guys tried to beat us off the dribble. Tomorrow's going to be screening and shooting, so it's going to be more jumping to the ball and having vision and communicating and being in position and closing out to the three-point shot.
Initial thoughts on a team tomorrow you're going to get that scored 100 today?
Well, I think they gave up 100, but they still scored 93.
Yeah, sorry.
Which they can play.
93
Yeah. They can really shoot it. They're veteran. Boltman's a heck of a player. I think he was an all-region kid last year. I guess they're a little bit more similar to us. We just got to be sharp with our defense. It's not going to be as much guarding one-on-one. It might be in the post a little bit, but we got to get through screens. We can't get hit. We got to communicate. We have to have vision. We have to do all the fundamentals of our defense.
All right, last one. Seemed that Ford and Hill were really the thorns in your side tonight. What are your guys going to learn from defending those guys?
I mean, we just got to keep drilling it. I think one of the biggest things will be experience. We can look at trapping guys that we're having a hard time containing, but the answer to it is digging deep and guarding your guy one-on-one and taking pride in getting a stop, and that's what we need to do better.